Welcome to Lucy Tutoring. I'm Scott, and this is Lucy. Real English. No textbooks, no classrooms. Today's lesson was produced in Taiwan's capital city of Taipei. Please listen to this recording while reading the lesson. Enjoy today's lesson. It's all coming right now from Lucy Language.
My eyes opened wide as I took in the text and artwork. Superman losing his powers. Spider-Man close to defeat. The year was 1982. The newsstand, a 20-minute walk from my house, had dozens of American comics from Marvel, DC, and others. I was more than ready to give the clerk my dollar in exchange for a new comic. So many superheroes in peril on those pages. Since the first American comic in 1933, they've had an unmistakable style, a combination of spot color and halftones that give them their well-known appearance. Me and thousands of other American boys, some girls too, no doubt, were enthralled by the superhero adventures taking place on the pages before us. And for certain, the superhero was the star of the comic. But many eyes spent plenty of time gazing at and dreaming about the advertisements. So now, let's open some of these old American comic books. Let's see what companies were advertising and how they were doing it. War games. Countless boys were disappointed when their plastic toy soldiers arrived. Not green like we see in the ad, but red. Plastic toy soldiers, a hot item back then, were on sale at 5 and dime stores and toy stores. Those soldiers were green, larger, and included much more detail. Better quality than the comic book ad wants us to believe. But we didn't know that until after. And 100 soldiers for only $1.25. How could you go wrong? How could a boy say no? This ad, like most other comic book ads, appeals to the viewer's imagination. The excitement that'll be felt when big battles are recreated using all 100 pieces, soldiers, and equipment like ships, planes, and guns. Attention, friends of Superman. I was all in for becoming a friend of Superman, as were thousands of other kids in the 1970s. The ad tells us about kryptonite, the only thing that can hurt Superman. Recently, a huge kryptonite rock crashed into Earth. To keep Superman's enemies from using it for evil, the big rock has been smashed into millions of small rocks. I can't find any logic in this strategy, can you? Now, Superman's friends can purchase these kryptonite rocks and keep them safe and away from evil hands. Of course, American boys jumped at the opportunity to own glow-in-the-dark kryptonite rocks. The ad appeals to the reader's desire to be closer to Superman, to be a good friend. X-ray vision. There's just one thing boys wanted to do with X-ray vision glasses, and all those boys were disappointed when the teacher's dress didn't magically disappear. As you've guessed, these X-ray glasses don't use X-rays, and they can't help the wearer see through opaque objects, like clothing. But there is something to them. The lens is a thin plastic light filter that makes fingers appear like an X-ray. This ad appeals to, do I really need to say it? There's more. Living sea monkeys, treasure chests, stamps, coins, and my favorite, the skinny weakling who turns himself into a muscle man using Charles Atlas's patented muscle building secrets. I ordered those x-ray glasses and they just arrived today. So class is over. I'll be at the gym.
Thank you for joining us today, and please come back soon for more Lucy Language Tutoring English lessons.
Lucy 语言家教